Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Indian Genes. It's a very special episode today as Indian Genes was part of the prestigious Indian Space Conclave 2024 held here in New Delhi. And this was organized by the Indian Space Association as it brought together a remarkable lineup of over 100 distinguished speakers from around the world, representing about 25 or more countries, including leading spacefaring nations like the United States, United Kingdom, France, Japan, and Brazil. Indian Genes would like to thank the Indian Space Association for their support and invitation as we look forward to many more collaborative initiatives with them here at Indian Genes. So stay tuned as in this episode we have some amazing insight and interviews with individuals from across the space sector, startups from the space sector, and later we will be breaking down some of the key discussion moments of the conference and what they mean not only for India's rapidly evolving space ambitions, but for the future of space itself.
Hi everyone, this is Narayan. I'm the co-founder of a company called Satsearch, which operates the world's largest marketplace in the space industry. So I'm very excited to be here in Delhi for the Indian Space Association's annual conclave, which is a gathering of all the players in India who are doing some really fascinating work on taking this industry forward in our country. So at the moment, I think we are in a very exciting time in India with more than 10 companies trying to build satellites, few companies trying to build rockets, and so on. So the thing for me that is really exciting is that we are now going to be seeing people in the private sector, young companies, and even the older companies like L&T or TCS or so on. So to try to build satellites for the first time in the country. So this is going to have a very big impact on how much of space tech is going to then move into the private sector. And at the same time, it's going to create a lot of important employment as well as deep tech employment opportunities for young Indians who want to remain in the country to pursue deep tech engineering out here. So, the future, I think, is again going to be based on some of these startups that are also not going to stick to only doing business in India, but also will start competing for business abroad. So, what do we have to look out for? I think an inspiration could be the Indian software industry, which is able to go and secure billions of contracts worth of contracts outside. And if we can take some inspiration from all of that and basically have some of our companies not just build things in India for India, but also build things in India for the world, it would be a very exciting time for all of us to then see how things pan out. So outside of that, I would say that India has all the elements that it needs to take this industry forward. That includes funding, it includes manpower, it includes facilities, it includes infrastructure, people, all kinds of other things that is there. So let's just hope that some of these companies are going to go big and make unicorns in space out of India.
Hello, I am Colonel Suresh Warrior, veteran from Guru Signals, and I am part of the Navik company, Elena Geo. Our company is based in Bangalore, and we have license offices in Chennai, Pune, and Delhi. Uh, our company started in 2012, and our founder is Lieutenant Colonel V.S. Valen, himself a veteran of the Indian Army from the Glorious Regiment Infantry Battalion, 4 Madras, and he has worked in consonance with ISRO for a very long time. In the while during his service in the army, for and understood the problem of positioning, navigation and timing, which exists in the Indian Army or in the Indian Defence Forces, where we need our own systems so that we are secure from any foreign interference or snooping or jamming or any other kind of activity which can erode our defensive capabilities. Coming to our team here, Colonel Janeja, he is a head defense. He heads defense vertical, and he's been with the company for a very long time. Mahesh is our technical engineer who's posted here, and he handles and manages the systems. He's Subedar Mahipal. Subedar Mahipal has been joined us recently, and he's handles our office complete management and helping out in the setting up of various exhibitions and other activities. We have Arun. He's our junior technician, and he's a helping hand who steps in and helps us in everything. Yeah.
Explain this to us.
Yeah. Coming to our products now, this is the basic chip, which is a 12 nanometer chip, which has been designed by us and we have the complete control over the firmware. However, it is it's a 12 nanometer chip for which there's no indigenous capability to manufacture or to manufacture chips of this size. So we are forced to go abroad, and this has been done from Taiwan, manufactured physically in Taiwan. This particular chip has the capability for demodulating the satellite signals being received from Navik, the Indian GPS constellation, as also GPS, and also GLONASS of the Russians. This chip is installed within our processor, and this processor, we can connect an antenna in this processor, and this forms the basis of all the equipment we have developed for use by the defense forces and other organizations. This is our flagship product, which is a handheld navigator. This navigator basically has got the processor and the chip and the processor installed along with the antenna in this particular bracket, and the rest of it is again based on a mobile phone device, in which we have removed the communication element completely, and using a modified Android, we are able to port our application completely on this, and this can be used by basically for the defense forces. This is designed for the defense with mil grade specifications. So in this case, we basically combine two technologies. The first technology is the GNSS technology, under which we do Navik, GPS, and GLONASS, and the position derived from this, we are showing it, and we are able to incorporate it in a map. This map can be an open series map, which is used for civilian purposes, or we also have the capability to integrate it with our defense series maps, so that it is completely tuned with the maps which are being used by the troops in the Indian military forces. This particular equipment we have. This is also as per military specifications, and we have also incorporated IP67 standards. The other products, another important product we have. This is a vehicle tracking system, and the same processor is installed in this, and it also has a facility for incorporating an IoT SIM. Now, the advantage of having this is that we are able to transmit the location derived of the vehicle and transmit it using an IoT SIM to our server, which is located in our office in Bangalore. And the customers are provided an app on their mobile phone in which they can see the position of that particular vehicle. So this can be of use for fleet operators. For example, like we have installed this in about 500 school buses in Bangalore, and the respective transport in charges can see where their buses are located. The parents can see where their specific bus in which the children are to catch or are coming out. These can be located, and these can be seen real time, and so that they can receive or drop their children accordingly. So this has got another application. This we can provide this server capability to any organization which requires, like defense or the police or any other services which require a large number of vehicles to be tracked simultaneously. We can provide the server at their location and do provide a completely integrated solution which will be exclusively catering for their own requirements. Yeah. This is a small trial device actually made, and this device has the same processor and the antenna, and this can be integrated with any normal Android mobile phone, and to make it Navic compliant. So whatever we see in this navigator, we are able to provide this using an app on your each and every Android mobile. This is a Navic based drone navigation unit. So this basically has got a processor at the antenna and the processor, again, which can process Navic, GPS and GLONASS, and provides the location. And this is with a UART terminal, UART interface, can directly interface with any drone today, providing it Navic capability. Yeah, this is a asset tracking system. This can be used for tracking of important assets like important cargo or something. Where in this case, the difference with the vehicle tracking system and this one is this has its own integral battery, and it's a lithium battery which provides it. We provide a standard capability of up to 1 week. This device will work, providing the location at regular intervals. This can be enhanced suitably for requiring for any customer requiring specific needs for longer periods or for any of their respective applications. This is our Navic atomic clock. Now, Navic also provides a clock which provides the universal coordinated time, and we get this from the Navic satellite, and it is decoded. And the advantage of the Navic clock is that it is extremely accurate, and it's got a clock stability of up to 10 nanoseconds, which is among the best in the world today. And it is even better than GPS, and it is already compliant for 6G requirements today in the telecom services.
Hello everyone, my name is Alberto Ordaz. I'm the Commercial Director of Solar MEMS Technologies. It's a company based in Spain, in Sevilla, in the south of Spain. And we are manufacturers of sun sensors, stat trackers, and different sensors for the ADCS systems onboard the satellites, especially for the navigation. So basically, essentially what our sensors do is they are like the eyes of the satellite, so they point the sun or the stars and are able to determine the position of the sun or the stars so the satellite can navigate correctly. So it's part of the ADCS system together with other sensors like the gyroscopes or the magnetometers, and also together with the actuators like the thrusters. Yeah, so SolarMEMS is the bigger sun sensor manufacturer out there. We have the 15% share of the market, so 15% of the sun sensors in orbit are our technologies, and we are proud to say that. And our collaboration in space programs in India has been extended for quite some years now. We have a distributor called Micronel in India, and they have been distributing our products for about 5 years. So we are very happy to be here today, and thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Adarsh and I am from Engineer System Solutions Private Limited. In IRS, we build softwares and applications for defense and security purposes. So one of those is this Dividrishti. So Dividrishti is an unique, innovative and intelligent human recognition system. So what we have done in this is, on traditional facial recognition, we have added gait and skeleton of that individual also. So now what happens is, if someone is wearing mask or his face is not visible in the camera, then also we'll be able to recognize them via their face, via their gait and skeleton parameters. So it's a software developed for DRDO. Now it's been handed over to DRDO and it will be used in various security purposes. And okay, now the next one. So this is an intelligent dark ship detection. So what are dark ships? Dark ships are those ships which do not correspond to the control units. So they do not provide their information to the control units and back and forth. So in this, what we are doing is we are taking SAR images of that particular region. Then we are identifying vessels and we are giving them unique numbers, vessel 1, 2, 3, 4, as you can see in the poster. And then we associate those vessels with their AIS data, which we are getting from the naval services only. And then when we combine them both, we tag them. If their AIS is off and we can see them on the SAR images, we flag the system that they could be dark ships. And then we flag them and then we track those ships. If the pattern is like uncertain and they are following some different waypoints, then we flag them as a dark ship. This one's another interesting AI-based project. So it's a cognitive system where in the deep space missions, communication between spaceships and ground station is very time-taking. So anything can go wrong in that time frame. So what we are designing is a system where all the systems work together, and if there is any fault in any sort of in any system, any subsystem, it will detect itself that okay, this is the fault, and then they give a remedy for that, or they predict okay, this can go wrong, then change this. So that's better. Okay, now this is a student project. It's basically Amity Institute of Space Science and Technology student. They are preparing this AMISAT, a 3U capacity satellite which will be launched using ISRO's launch pad. These are some other projects which we are doing in our startup. This is intelligent autonomous unmanned ground vehicle. So in this, what we are doing is we are using a LiDAR sensor and we are fusing that LiDAR data with GPR. It's used to detect underground tunnels. And after that, we have a low-cost drone detection and tracking system. In this, we are using acoustic sensors and visual confirmation for the drone. So the sound frequencies which drone produces, first we recognize them, and then we use visual optical cameras to detect them and track them. After that, intelligent SAR images analysis. So it's for crop pattern recognition and crop disease recognition and normal image analysis on SAR data. Then we have underground tunnel detection using GPR, same as that. This is another student project only. In this, what we do is we try to detect exoplanets using image analysis algorithms and AI. So it's a student project. It's been completed and we are trying to build a product out of this. So, okay, this is a project in collaboration with ISRO. So it's basically an academic project where all the algorithms which have been developed are under development. We are studying that to do this range migration correction of moving space debris targets and LEO orbit. So what happens is, so the debris around Earth moves continuously, and satellites also moves continuously. So there will be a range which migrates with them. So it's very difficult to track them while both of them are moving, so because there is no reference point to track them. So what we are doing right now is analyzing all the existing algorithms, and we'll be proposing an external algorithm also.
Hi everybody, I'm Pranit, one of the co-founders of GalaxEye. We are a startup spun out of IIT Madras, founded in 2021, now building GalaxEye for more than 3.5 years now. We are building the world's first multi-sensor imaging satellite. Why are we doing that? If you look at satellite imagery today, the first thing that comes to your mind is satellite images and maps, right? Google Maps, Apple Maps and whatnot. Now when you look at imagery data, those are things you like to see. Oh, this is what ground looks like from space. But imagine you had the capability to do that on a daily basis, right? The potential that it holds is monitoring defense, national borders for security, what are events happening all across, and you'd see that on the news now and then. Second, imagine being able to assess the health of crops across the country for agriculture and forecast yield. Be able to assess the health of infrastructure like gas pipelines, transmission lines, where humans today risk their lives to go view. All of these are possible using satellite imagery. And we're bridging that gap, putting up a sensor in space that can capture high resolution data and provide imagery across different weather conditions through smoke, clouds, during the night time and so on. So that's what we're building. We've raised about $15 million in the last 3 years, got some very amazing investors on board, and now geared up for the launch next year. So we're launching our first satellite mid 2025, and looking forward to what we can do with this kind of imagery getting available to every one of us.
I do hope you've enjoyed these conversations we've had, and getting back to the conference itself, it kicked off with a very clear message. The future of space is in collaboration. This wasn't just a conference about technological innovations. It was a gathering that emphasized global cooperation and multinational cooperation as key drivers of progress in the space sector. As the space domain becomes more congested, with thousands of satellites expected to be launched within the next decade, Space Situational Awareness (SSA) emerged as one of the central themes. Through this conference, it was quite clear that managing space traffic and mitigating space debris is no longer a theoretical concept, and it needs urgent attention. The next few years will likely see an increase in joint initiatives, agreements, and technologies that enable better coordination between space agencies worldwide. While the conference was global in scope, it was also a moment for India to showcase its ambitious vision for the future of its space sector, where the country's space economy is projected to grow fivefold over the next decade and could reach a staggering $200 billion by 2047. This rapid expansion represents an exciting opportunity for India to become a global leader in space exploration, technology, and innovation. One of the most exciting aspects of the conclave was the emphasis on public and private partnerships. Over the past decade, space has increasingly been viewed as an area where the private sector can drive innovation, while government agencies provide regulatory frameworks and infrastructure support. A great example of this collaboration was the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Indian Space Association and the Brahma Research Foundation. This partnership aims to bolster R&D in the area of space technology, climate science, and entrepreneurship development. This collaboration will help build synergies between India's space industry and the academic institutions to foster technological innovations that can address both national and global challenges. The MOU also highlights the need for greater investment in research-based initiatives that can propel India's space sector forward. It's clear that India is positioning itself as a global leader in space innovation with strategic focus on collaboration, technological advancement, and global connectivity. The insights shared during the conclave reaffirm that space is no longer a niche industry, but a critical driver of economic growth, national security, and scientific discovery. As India looks ahead, we expect to see greater investment in space technologies, more public and private sector partnerships, and a continued push for space-based solutions to address the complex challenges facing humanity. India is not just catching up to global space leaders, it is positioned to lead the way. And here at Indian Genes, we offer all our support as India moves forward confidently to find its true place right up there in space. Thank you everyone for listening to Indian Genes, and stay tuned for more.